All right, we are live. How are you guys doing? Let me clock in on YouTube here. I have to sign in. I have to get onto this other phone so I can see your comments and see the chat. What we're going to do is I'm going on random.org here, hopefully in a way that you can see it. We are going to find a winner for the Exodus Knife and Tool Adventure Craft, which is actually on the kitchen table. Hopefully Mariah can grab that for me. The adventure craft that's on the table that I forgot to grab. Let's see.
I can grab it. Just give me a second.
Yep. No rush. What's up, Red Gat, G-Dog, Joshua? How are you guys doing? Taking just a second longer than I would like here. And it's not showing that I'm live. Like, what's up? Why is this? Should show that I'm live right now. Uploads, live streams. It's not showing that I'm live, but clearly I am.
I got the notification on my phone.
Well, YouTube. Okay, I'm sorry about this, guys. This is very irritating. So can I? Here we go. I'm in. All right. Yeah, I always try and start a couple minutes early so that I can do all of this stupid stuff that I do in a live video before the time that I give. So by the time everybody gets here at 8 o'clock, I've already fought with any technology issues that I could have had. Hey, Mike, good to have you, man. Double ZZ Ranch, Chris Cooper, how are you guys doing? Norman Becker. All right, so we are going to officially, obviously, close down the. Now, you guys are going to hear my son a little bit. They just got home. He's very tired and cranky. William, thank you, bud, and good to have you. Let's see here. So we officially, let me make sure it's official. Someone just asked if I got their entry. All right. I believe that we are done with 30 entries. Is this your first time, Mike? That's pretty awesome if it is. Tonight's can't go as long as usual. They usually end up being pretty rambly. So I just have to make sure that Dejo Sill, which I'm almost positive I've got his entry, but I just have to make sure here real quick that I haven't missed anything. You know, I had a little bit of a hiccup with these entries. One of the sometimes I don't get notifications when I should, and stuff gets all mixed up. Oh, good deal, good deal. Well, I'm glad that you've been able to get here, Mike. All right, so if he didn't get in, if he paid, he's in. So we're not going to worry about it. We have 30 entries. So I'm going to go to random.org. He's fine, Mariah. Benjamin, you're fine, buddy. Let's see. Can you see this on the screen? Kind of. I'll make sure to zoom in on it. We've got 1 to 30. See if we can't focus. We can. And we will. Let's see if I can press generate. All right, it's working on it. What is that number? What's up, Alex? That is number 12. Let's see who number 12 is. Number 12 is Xk&t EDC is our winner. 610 EDC. You are the winner. All right, guys. So what Xk&t EDC just won? This is a special Exodus knife and tool adventure craft. This was donated to us by American Bushcraft. He actually has 4 or 5 of these knives. You'll see that it has a special serial number of AB Craft 1. Let's see here. Oh yeah, AB Craft 1 is not going to focus on it very well. But not many knives get special serial numbers like this. The reason that he has donated now 2 knives to Exodus Knife and Tool, he's one of my earliest supporters. Like I said, he's got 4 or 5 of them. And he now has like his Grail adventure craft. And so the ones that he got before the Grail, he's now sending back to further help Exodus Knife and Tool, which is awesome. And if you didn't know, he's the only person who's broken an adventure craft besides me. He was my first warranty claim, and we got some epic videos from that. Now, to move right along, today we did just get the Project Covert fighting rifle complete. And so what I want to do is go over the build of this rifle with you guys and talk to you about all the parts and why I built it the way that I did. It is unloaded, which is unsafe and not common for this channel, but don't worry, I do have other loaded firearms on my person. I would normally have an unsafe firearm like this, but it needs to be unloaded for me to show you how it operates. Before we get into that, I want to give a shout out to my buddy Stand Strong Art and Gadsden Dynamics. I just had 2 custom belts built by Gadsden Dynamics, one in Swiss Alpenflage. So I have no qualms in saying that this is probably the only Swiss Alpenflage war belt in existence. I already also had him build me one in this classic Desert Storm Night camouflage because I like it and it's trendy. Whatever. I actually had to send him the material for both. But on this we have my cool patch from Stand Strong Art there. I've got a couple other on hand here as well. The Appeal to Heaven tree. And I have another one. They Are Lying to You. That's been a common theme on this channel when we talk about politics. And behind me, we actually have a Stand Strong Art flag. So great guys, check them out on Instagram or wherever you might be. He designs and makes a lot of really cool stuff. And I think that's all I had to say about that. So this build and why I built it. Okay, this AR is actually built, but it's not built by me. Parts of this were assembled by me, but it was assembled and built by my buddy Robocop at Crom. And so the idea here is it's a 10.5-inch barrel. The upper's from Palmetto State Armory. Now I am a brand ambassador from them. I did get a discount on this upper. I did still pay for it, certainly. This is their premium upper. So it has a Fabrique Nationale cold hammer forged chrome lined barrel. Like I said, 10.5-inch. Solid front sight post. And so I tasked my buddy Rob with modifying this handguard to fit around the front sight post, which was more of a nightmare than normal because this is a Takedown pistol. Voila. So I got a lot of comments that were like, why would you want a Takedown rifle? Let me demonstrate. Put this back together real quick. Okay. So if I were to just, they always say, don't you know an AR-15 is already a takedown? You just push 2 pins and it pulls in half. Okay, well, if I pop these 2 pins, I have one section of my AR-15 that's this long and another section of my AR-15 that's this long. I know that this is like getting into maths and it's really hard for some people, but if I take the barrel off, you want to be on the video, buddy? If I take the barrel off, I have a complete package that's about less than 12 inches long. All right, come on, Chunky. Oh. Say hi, Ben. Say hi to all the people that are watching Daddy. All 10 or 15 or 20 people, maybe. You want to play with this? All right, so this takedown system is from Leo Takedown. You can find them on Instagram or wherever. Very quick, very easy to use. There are other systems. This was donated to me at the Iraq Veteran 8888 machine gun shoot for testing and reviewing. And we will be testing the crap out of this. Oh, Ben. Oh, out of frame. Sorry, Ben destroyed everything. Okay. We'll be taking this to tactical response and running it hard. So this will certainly... No, you can't play with the knife, buddy. The knife's off limits. Just the gun. Okay. So it will be reviewed. Obviously, I have a super short setup. It's really cool. I think the benefit of... There are other systems out there, but most of them are integrated into the barrel. Having a takedown system that's integrated into the barrel is good because it makes it easier for the end user to set it up. Yay. However, I like having a setup like this because if you have some funky caliber that the company hasn't accounted for, then you can't use it. Whereas with this, any AR-15 barrel that you can use with their kit. Now you do have to have the bolt back. He dunked his noodle. He's a noodle dunk. You do have to have the bolt back to this for this to work. Obviously, if the bolt carrier group is forward, the bolt carrier group itself, the bolt locks into the barrel. But it's just as easy as that, guys. So we've got a full fighting rifle in a very small package. Also, thanks to this Deadfoot Arms SCW 2.5 pistol brace. Now, this is a very spendy part. I was given a discount on this for reviewing and evaluation from Deadfoot Arms. I've been super interested in them since I saw them at SHOT Show 2015, I think. They make some really innovative products with their modified cycle system and bolt carrier group. But basically, this is 2.5 inches, a 2.5-inch buffer tube. Here's the shortest buffer tube on the market. And just like that, we have a full-length buttstock. And, you know, I guess, you know, it's got this pistol brace functionality, whatever. So this is quite the little setup here. But that was discounted. These are over $500. You get a bolt carrier group, buffer assembly, buffer tube, and buttstock system. It's not cheap. I'm going to run the piss out of it before I tell you that it's good, but what I will say is that I think that the manufacturing and the design and the machine and everything that went into it and the materials that were used, I think are phenomenal. I think they're great guys over there. But so that's awesome. All right, and the other thing for a fighting rifle is a fighting light. Now, one thing that people get mad about on my channel is when I was talking about my budget video and not using and not getting a free float rail, if you purchased an AR with a traditional Delta ring, don't buy a free float before you buy training, ammo, mags, kit, body armor, etc. because, and I was like, I don't think that a light is an important thing for you to put on there. Yeah, the stock, I believe, the system, so it's not just the stock. It's everything from here to the barrel. So your bolt carrier group, buffer tube, buffer system, and this brace. Yeah, I believe it's over $500. A lot of moving parts there. A2 tool steel, which we know from the knife industry as being fantastic. But yes. Oh, a light. People, I was like, I don't think a light, well, why don't I think a light is an important first purchase? People are saying PID is important if you're going to defend yourself. Yes, and lots of people, I have heard the horror stories of people like shooting their son in the house when they're getting up to get a drink in the middle of the night. Have a little more brains than that, but if you need to fight with your rifle as a civilian, it's because someone's broken into your house or someone's on your property. And so if someone's on my property in the middle of the night and they've gotten my attention enough for me to know it, they're up to no good. And if I think that they're out there to burn down one of my buildings, I'm going to smoke them because that is a capital offense here in Kentucky. So the problem with the light is that when it's always people's one of their first things that they want to buy on the gun, because they have the excuse of they need it for self-defense, but really they want to put stuff on their gun to make it look cool, and that's the problem. And the reason I say it's not an important one of your first things to do if you're just getting into it, get your training and everything else first, is because you will be motivated to just go get a cheap weapons light. If you're just starting out with this, you want the look or wherever, you're going to get a cheap light, and you cannot cheap out on your light, because when you throw this up and you put your light on and you're banging on someone with your light, bullets travel towards light. You've just let everybody on the planet know where you are. You've just made yourself a target. And now if your light fails, you're going to die. You just lost your night vision. If there are other people, if there's anything else going on, everybody knows you're there. Your light just failed. Fighting lights fail. Inferior lights. All right, sorry about that. This cloud defensive light has not been in training with me yet. It will. So far, I have to say that I am blown away by the quality of this thing. The pad is integrated into the rail. It can be removed by using the cap here. The batteries are rechargeable. It is bright AF. It is heavy. People are like, it's heavy, but I guarantee you it's not heavier than the Surefire I deployed with. Fighting products are heavy. That's the way it is. It's the way it will always be. If it's going to be built tough, it's going to be heavy. But the position here is just amazing. The switch is a 2-style switch. A lot of people don't know this, but you don't leave your light on. You don't want a clicker, all right? You want your light on and you want your light off. William Russell, I would personally advise an upgrade if you want to use it for fighting application. All right, so I just spent all this time talking about lights. Your purpose for a light on your gun could potentially be because you're going to use that gun for shooting coyotes in your backyard that are attacking your chickens. That's a different deal, because if your light fails, you don't get the coyote, but you're probably not going to die. So when I talk about lights, I'm talking about from a fight. You don't want a clicker. I keep disconnecting and reconnecting, and it's really pissing me off because there's no excuse for it because I know my internet's good. Okay, I'll get off that light real quick. But cloud defensive, you pay for it, you pay to play, but man, they are, so far I'm really impressed. I want to fully endorse them right now. I've got to wait till I get to fighting rifle and beat on this a bit. But speaking of fighting rifle, this will be going with me to tactical response fighting rifle. I will also have a budget backup AR in case this one fails, or in case both of them fail. I'll also have an aluminum receiver in case I destroy these polymer receivers. We're going to test all the things. And then the Romeo 5 SIG red dot I purchased on recommendation from the guys at Tactical Response. A lot of them are running them hard. They're impressed with them. It was on my other AR. I threw it onto here because I threw my 1-to-4 power off of my 308 onto my other AR when I got the Trijicon AccuPower 1-to-8. So I put the Leupold 1-to-4 power on my other AR. SIG Romeo went to this. I will probably upgrade this, and we will probably do a different receiver if this one fails, because this being a fighting setup, what's up, Bloodhound, has to be on the money. With that being said, that brings me to the rail. This is a BCM rail that's obviously, like I said, been modified. BCM M-Lock Sling mount. I really like it. I really think it's good quality. This was not given to me at a discount or anything else. In fact, BCM didn't think I was important enough to even responding to my message. So that's kind of douchey. But I do think that they make good products, so whatever. They should at least respond to their messages, though. William Russell just asked what sling I'll be using. Either I'll be using one of the Beach and Tactical Speed slings made to match the rifle, or I will be using a Beach and Tactical Infinite sling, which has not been designed yet. Well, it was good to have you, Bloodhound. I'm glad that you stopped in while you could. Is there anything else I'm forgetting here, guys? We've got Leo Takedown. And definitely follow all of these dudes on Stand Strong. Good to have you. Cops with Cuffs. Yes, AR pistol. Stand Strong, I already gave you a shout out, but I told them all about your patches. We're on your flag here. Guys, follow Stand Strong Art. He just does awesome stuff. All right, so if you guys have any more questions, let me know about the rifle or about anything else. This ATAX AU grip was like $2. It's a Blem I bought from Brownells. I've actually bought like a truckload of them. So let me see here. All right. All right, so one thing I do want to talk about with slings real quick. If you didn't know, I'm a sling man. This is made possible through my website, beachandtactical.com. I make rifle slings that I design, specifically up to this point, the speed sling. Now, one of the problems that I come into is slings aren't really, people don't really care that much about slings because the average person and even the average soldier doesn't use them or care about them because they're not walking a freaking metric buttload with a rifle. But if you are, you need a good sling, which is why I designed one, because I hated the sling I was issued. But people have the wrong idea about a sling because they've been told through marketing that you need to be able to transition from your right to your left shoulder real quick with your sling, and you need to be able to like swing it around your neck to do a melee attack on enemies or something like that. And the problem is if a rifle sling doesn't comfortably hold the rifle to your body when you're not using the rifle, then it's failed its primary task as a tool. It doesn't matter how many other boxes it checks if it doesn't do that one thing. And the proper way to look at a sling is it is a holster for your rifle. So when you fight with your rifle, take your sling off, right? And then you can do all your cool ninja stuff that's probably overrated anyways. What you really just need to do is practice your fundamentals and shoot from your right shoulder and make it work. But I digress. Rifle in holster, rifle out of holster. But yes, the idea with the infinite sling, though, is to be a little bit more modular. I want it to be so versatile with extra material that people can do anything that they want with it. They can set it up to where they can do that transition, but more importantly, so that it can be set up on a rifle, or if it's on a pistol like this, it can all be tucked up on the side and held down, but it can still quickly be deployed and be used in a fight. And I started working on the design concept a little bit with my buddy Nate, who was with Tactical Response. I'm not exactly sure what Nate is doing now, but he's a cool dude, and hopefully he's doing well. That's really all I got, guys, because the BCG and everything else is, hey David Lee, good to have you, man. The BCG and everything else is Deadfoot Arms. Let me make sure I'm not missing any comments here. Yeah, so Stand Strong asked if I would run a sling on that pistol. Absolutely, I will run a sling on it, because first off, it's not a pistol, but you know, whatever, it's pistol. This is meant to be a fighting rifle that's stowable, right? So I want to be able to have this in a very small space, right? Like this. Actually, like this, and I had it the way I want it earlier, whatever. Very small space, right? Like the size of a Hidden Woodsman haversack. And I want to be able to deploy this for a fight, and I want to be able to fight with it as a rifle. What's moving here? Oh my. Might still have some, little bit of T&E to do with this old girl. Anyways. So yes, fighting rifle gets a sling. Because the most important part probably about fighting that people never talk about is getting to the fight and getting away from the fight. It's often the hardest part. Dying's easy. All right. So, hey, Ghost Tactical, good to have you, buddy. I'm actually, unless anybody else has any more questions, probably getting ready to get out of here. But if you guys have any last minute questions for me, make sure to let me know. If you're just getting here, check out Stand Strong Art and Gadsden Dynamics. Stand Strong Art here. Lots of patches. The flag that's behind me, Gadsden Dynamics makes my war belts. They make my favorite war belts. This one I had done custom in Swiss Alpenflage. The other one, night camo. See you later, 407. And so, just to give you a list, I guess, before I go, follow these people on Instagram: Ghost Tactical, Stand Strong Art, Leo Takedown, Deadfoot Arms, Palmetto State Armory, and Cloud Defensive. And if I didn't already say, how much does my sling cost? It's at beachandtactical.com. Starting price, if memory serves, is $55 for a custom sling. Price goes up from there. If you want camo webbing, it's more expensive. If you want 2 colors of paracord, it's more expensive. But all made custom, and right now I'm absolutely swamped. So all orders are 3 weeks to like 5 or 6 weeks out. All right, let's see, what am I missing here? That's a good idea, using the sling to wrap up the rifle. I like that. Brian, we will do a tabletop of everything on the rifle up close in a different format than this, for sure. And this thing will be beat on very soon. So, yeah, that will happen for sure. The Alpenflage material is actually an absolutely excellent camouflage for a huge variety of environments. And it's hard to believe because it's got a bunch of red in it, but it just works. So, all right, guys, well, gotta go. Thank you for tuning in. Congratulations to our winner of the Exodus Knife and Tool Adventure Craft with a leather sheath. Have a good night and a wonderful weekend. Thank you, William. And I'll talk to y'all later. I've got slings to go get to work on. 407 before I go, it is actually originated in World War II as German Liebermuster. It is the first anti-night vision camouflage ever designed because the Germans had night vision in World War II. And it was later adopted by the Czech and then later by Switzerland. Thanks, guys.